Hi, everybody. Tabletop Santa here, coming to you from the balmy Midwest of Decatur, Illinois, because the internet is best here in, North Pole. Not good. Not good internet up there. It's the worst. And I've got my good friend Justin from Severed Books with us today to tell us about Severed Books.
Woo.
Hi, Justin.
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm really honored. I've never spoken to Santa before, like face to face. It's really it's amazing.
Well,
Um,
I figured, you're on the nice list, so I better talk to you.
I appreciate that. Um,
So tell us about Severed Books.
sure.
How did it come to be, and what are you known for?
I came from a fiction writing background. I had written a few novels, and then about 5 years ago, I started getting into tabletop gaming, and I quickly just fell in love with it, and made just a hard, fast pivot into creating tabletop content. Um, I feel kind of like fortunate because I went to art school and I have a, illustration background and a design background. So I can kind of like, I quickly rolled those skills into um, Severed Books.
Yeah.
Severed Books was in 2012, it was just fiction, but a
Okay.
couple years later, you know, games started happening. So.
Okay. So what's a product that people watching this video might recognize as a Severed Books item?
So one of the biggest hits we had was last year we did the party backstory generator.
Okay.
And this book is special because it only addresses two characters all the time. It's never you, it's always you and your party
Oh,
partner. So every
okay.
prompt, everything is always like creating tension or alliances between two characters. And once there's other things that go on in the book too, like map making, and their map becomes like a drop table.
Mhm.
Um, but people love this because it's like you can very quickly have a newbie group, session zero, and build like really meaningful alliances between everyone.
Nice.
Um, because like everyone comes to the table knowing who they want to be. Like, oh, I want to
Right.
be a ranger, blah blah blah. But no one
Facts.
has talked to each other saying, I'm related to you, and this is why
Mhm.
we're here and stuff.
That's
Um,
true. It's
and
usually you all meet in a tavern, introduce each other, and now you're working together.
Right, that means nothing, absolutely nothing. And Luke Gygax was very generous and gave us a blurb. I don't know,
Oh, that's great.
not that anyone can read that, but that really set it on fire on Kickstarter. And then I guess the biggest one we did over the summer were the massive gelatinous cubes.
Yes, those are great.
Nice Christmas colors. So the skulls are the pips on these 51 millimeter chonkies.
Whew.
Um, and we also have 25 millimeter versions because these you can actually roll. These guys
Okay.
are a little
Yeah, those
difficult.
will take out a table.
Yeah. So we have these for pre-sale in the shop right now, and
Nice.
God willing, the containment ship will arrive on I think November 15th, so very soon.
Nice.
Um, but yeah, we're in love with these, and we're working on edition 2 right now, which I don't want to show off quite yet.
Okay.
Um, Other junk, we do the F yeah D20s.
Mm-hmm.
These are in the shop now. We have orange and black together. I don't know if
Very
those are upside
Halloween.
down. Hmm?
The very Halloween.
Yeah, very Halloween. Um, we sell a ton of those.
Mhm.
Um, and then we have a few limited, I think we have 30 of these left. They're mimic. I never thought I would make a fanny pack in my entire life. It was not something on my list of things to do.
They're making a return. They're
Yeah.
coming back.
So, the mouth
Oh,
open,
that's cool.
you can stuff it full of
Oh, yes. All
pumpkin
the
shit.
teeth. That is
Thank you,
awesome.
Santa. Thank you so much.
Oh,
Um,
so good.
and then there's a more like low key version. This is more like a gelatinous cube with a
Mhm.
pattern. Pretty cute.
That is cool.
Yeah, so we have tons of stuff: stickers, T-shirts, books,
Right.
headlopper merchandise, exclusive. Um,
Okay.
yeah,
That's super cool. So when you were coming up with the whole concept of pivoting from being a fiction writer to um, a merch slash accessories company and still publishing books. What was the game, or I obviously D&D is a very big influence, but as far as like the board game space, what was the board game that really like made you think, this is where I want to be. I want to find myself staying in this arena.
It was a weird, I guess, on Kickstarter, it was like things were really popping with like minis and board games, and I'd seen Kingdom Death, and I was like, what is this thing? Like,
Right.
So I just started, Googling as much as I could, and I was like, I have never seen anything like this. And at the time, I had been playing a lot of Dark Souls, video game.
Yeah.
I love that series, and it just kind of spoke to me. And I was like, wow, if this is possible on a tabletop, then I can fill a niche within this niche fairly easily. So I right away, Severed Books, like our mission was to be dark and serious, and besides the fanny pack, dark and serious, and really like fill a need. Like we're never going to put out a book that's just like orcs and elves and stuff, if we're only going to do projects that really fill a need for a market. And it doesn't have to be like what we spoke about earlier offline. Like it doesn't have to be, I don't have to sell 50,000 units or 100,000 units. As long as I'm selling 5,000 of something awesome that people are like, wow, this changed my life. This improved my game, improved my storytelling, then that means the world to me, If I can get one email a month from someone that's like, wow, like my stories are so much better, that's amazing. So
right. Yeah, that is cool. Are you familiar with Better Backstories?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a good resource.
Yeah, I was sitting here thinking that you guys should marry up, because with your resources and his product, because they have so much that they could, and they're looking for other outlets. Just a little like push for them too, because Jay, I love all the stuff they do.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but as far as the holidays are concerned, as I Tabletop Santa sit here and think about them constantly now, because they're coming up. What are some things that Severed Books looks forward to for the holidays? Do you have anything coming up?
Yeah, so we got a little lucky, unlucky and lucky. So the Headlopper stuff should arrive this week from the China. So these sets come with limited edition dice, 5 system neutral character cards that are tarot size. I can open it up.
Yeah, nice.
And Agatha, I don't know if anyone reads Headlopper in your audience, but it's a fantastic comic by Andrew McLean. And then you got a ton of dice. They're all custom. And then the character cards with system neutral stats on the back. So you can use his characters. So that lands really soon, and you can pre-order these. And we only made 1,500 of these.
Okay.
And then, if I'm not mistaken, this variant, it's like a kind of bloody swirl.
Yeah.
We only made 250 of these sets.
Okay.
So hyper rare. And they come, when you buy the box, it comes with this GM screen with their hand screen printed. Nice. And then we have posters in the back that are going to be signed. They're 2 by 3 feet giant posters. So
nice.
Stoked on that to have these arrive in time for the holidays. And then similarly, the massive gelatinous, you can also pre-order. These should arrive super soon too. Nice. And right now, we started Black Friday early, so 20% off any orders over $30. And I think if you spend $35, it's free shipping. So
perfect.
Yeah. Copies of Sickest Witch are still available. Only printed 1,000 of these evil things. It's like a kill steal game. Everyone you're all witches and you're all crowding around the same target and they're enemy cards, and it's sort of like a roll D20 hack and slash, but the last person to land the killing blow gets to harvest an organ from their victim.
Okay.
The organ, when you flip it over, or the enemy card, when you flip it over, it's either a severed hand or a heart or a liver.
Mhm.
Those become skill cards, but also points towards
Okay.
the end. So the person who harvests the most organs wins, becomes the sickest witch. So
Wow, that's dark. Hashtag severed books.
it's gross. Yeah. And then we sell a ton of stickers. These not a mimic stickers. The C is like a little mouth. So
Nice.
just a boatload of fun stickers. So
I've seen Murder Hobo and not a mimic at conventions where I've seen you.
yeah.
And what's that larger one you got there?
Oh, this is how we party. So it's like a
Oh,
dragon.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. So one of the things for everybody watching, so I met Justin at, I want to say it was Baltimore Comic Con was the first time we ever met.
I believe so. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that was either last year or the year before. I think it was the year before because it was, then I saw you at Gen Con the following year.
Correct.
So one of the things that like really attracted me to Justin's booth is this dice tower that he had there.
Oh yeah.
It's probably too big to move around.
It's
huge.
It's fragile and it's huge. I could
Yeah.
try to get it. I wonder if I can aim it. It's so big that it like embeds itself into the ceiling of my.
Oh, there it is. That thing is amazing.
Yeah, it just keeps going up. It's reaching the first floor of my basement house.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
And so this dice tower it's such a grab when you're walking through a convention. You know, there's so much to see. There's so much, you know, flair everywhere that you're easily distracted and not able to like focus on stuff. But when you walk by your booth and that big dice tower, and obviously I'm already like focusing in on that kind of stuff as best I can. And when I saw it, I was just like, ooh. And then I saw everything else, and it was just like, all right, this is a match made in heaven right here.
Yeah. Well, I love it because it's interactive. It only takes a few seconds to use. So you can just, if someone's walking by and you want to talk to them or they look interested, just hand them a die and
Right.
it circles down and it sounds amazing and that attracts more people. So it just sort of compounds the experience. It's super fun.
I love it.
Another reason to miss cons. I mean, you're making my heart ache.
It's the worst. All right. So we talked about games. We talked about the product that Severed Books is known for. Now I want to know a little bit more about you, Justin. What is a holiday tradition that you and your family look forward to every Christmas or holiday?
Yeah. So my mom, she's Scottish and French, and she grew up eating and making this meat pie. She calls it a pork pie, and there's obviously like spicy pork in it. And I won't get to see her or my dad or brother this year, so it's really sad. And I think that I will probably try to make it for the first time this holiday.
That sounds like a video in the process right there. That would be awesome.
Hopefully my wife can help.
Very cool.
But yeah, it's really delicious, and it's a very, you know, when you think of like Scottish food, I mean, this is probably as Scottish as it gets. It's just meat, spicy meat in a pan with crust on top. So
I mean, I'm a big fan of like shepherd's pies and meat pies myself, so I can definitely see that would be something I would want to partake in as well. Yeah, spicy pork meat pie sounds amazing.
I'm gonna do it.
Now, as far as the treat side, the cookies, the cakes, the candies, the sweets. What is a sweet that you look forward to during the holidays?
Gosh, that's tough. There's so many. My wife grew up making pizzelles, the flat Italian cookies.
Mm-hmm.
Probably those. And I don't know. I'm not a huge sweets person. I'm more like a savory dude. So like bacon wrapped dates, I'm sort of dreaming about right now.
Ooh, all right. I'm gonna write that one down. I've never had those, so that.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just they're easy to burn. We had a Thanksgiving where we made a ton and just vulcanize them. But just take a date, wrap bacon around it, pop it in, keep your eyes on it. Your eyes will roll in the back of your head. They're so good.
That's what I've been doing, is asking all the people I've been interviewing for these Tabletop Santa interviews, is what's that treat, what's that thing? Because if I haven't had it, I'm now going to look for it, because I want to try all these things, which is super fun. And obviously, it's not going to help me with my, belly full of jelly, but it's good.
Oh, Santa.
But some of them have been, and bacon wrapped dates. I like dates anyways, and I like bacon. So together, that's going to be a really neat flavor, I think, for me.
Yeah, it's also a good like texture thing, because you get the crunch of the bacon, and then the date is just like so sweet, and it just sort of like dissolves. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So where can everybody go to find more information about Severed Books and to order all these wonderful things that you guys create?
Go to severedbooks.com. We don't have the fanciest website, but there's tabs for like dice and more, books, games. Hit one of those and it'll bring you down to all of our products. And then it's funny, like when I first started doing Severed Books, like the game side, I hooked it up on Etsy at first because I was making a lot of like handmade terrain.
Okay.
So our Etsy like rapport has gotten so good that I can't really give it up. So like a lot of our stuff is on Etsy. The site will like drag you over to Etsy, and then you'll see all of our stuff.
And you are on almost every social media platform, right? As far as they want to follow your socials.
Yeah, I'm trying TikTok per Santa's recommendation.
Well,
but
I know you have 3 videos. You got the gelatinous cube dice, and then you've got what was the blood dice.
Yes.
Which are really cool. And
Yeah.
I can't remember the one between those two, but
yeah, I can't either.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll go back to it. It's fun. I guess if a platform, at the very least, it should be like entertaining, and I find TikTok like the most entertaining, so I should be on there more.
I agree. And I think the D&D audience on TikTok would agree as well.
Cool.
Which is monstrously huge. Yeah. So very cool. Well, Justin, thank you so much for your time. I do appreciate it. And for everybody out there watching this, please go check out severedbooks.com. Find them on Etsy. Find them on all the socials at Severed Books. And yeah, pre-order those gelatinous cubes.
Yeah.
Get a freaking fanny pack. Those things are monsters. And what's cool about those bigger ones, those are what, the 51 millimeter?
Yes.
Those are gelatinous cubes you could use as a figurine, as a miniature on your table, which is so good.
Yep, 2 inches, so 10 feet across. If you encounter that, you're gonna run and vomit in your pants. So
good. And until next time, everybody, again, thank you, Justin, for your time and everything. And it's always good to see you. And for everybody else, until I see you again, maybe you'll see me at your local game store.